Hey, it's Brian at the Anchor Group here in Ocean City. It is almost the end of September, almost officially the end of summer. And I don't know about you, my summer flew by. Feels like it gets shorter and shorter every year. So enjoying the fall weather here, the September weather in Ocean City. Looking forward to football season. Go Birds. So it's a good time to talk about the market data as always. But this month, I want to get a little more granular. Stay tuned for some real detail here, both about the forecasted home prices nationwide versus the reality for this year, the Ocean City data for this year, and also interest rates. I really want to talk about interest rates. That is the hot topic right now in the media, and it's the hot topic in a lot of our conversations with our clients here in Ocean City. So the interest rate data, I mean, it's over 7% right now, and that's pretty hard to swallow. That has a lot of people questioning what they want to do. But I got to tell you, there's an old saying, date the rate, marry the home. I'm speaking from experience here firsthand. I just bought a new home myself in August. I just signed a mortgage with a very large interest rate. And I'm able to do that because I'm confident that in 12 to 18 months, I'm going to refi. And then 12 to 18 months after that, I'm probably going to refi again. So that is the market we're living in right now, where there is good opportunity on the buy side. You just have to be willing to deal with that interest rate if you're a mortgage buyer. If you're a cash buyer, it's a great opportunity all around. So let me take you through the market data, and we'll talk about it in a little more specific information here. Let me share my screen with you. First off, let's talk about the forecast for prices. This is what was forecasted back in December of last year for home prices nationwide. This is on the whole country basis. And then here's the forecast. They just revised everything to September of this year, this month. So Mortgage Bankers Association said things were going to go down about 0.5%. Now they're saying it's flat. Morgan Stanley said it was going to go down about 4%. Now it's flat. Zillow said it was going to go down about 0.5%, down 5.5%. You've got Goldman Sachs, 5 to 10% down was their prediction. Now they're saying 1.8% up. Bottom line, they were wrong. There's a lot of people out there who expected this big pullback in prices and were waiting on that to make a purchase. And frankly, it cost them all a lot of money. You can't go back in time and revisit the prices from 6 months ago, the prices from a year ago. But you can refi your mortgage a year to 2 years from now when those lower interest rates do come. So let me show you how this data specifically relates to Ocean City. As usual, we're beating the market. This is the Ocean City sale data for the past 8 months of this year compared to the first 8 months of last year and of 2021. And let me walk you through these numbers real quick. The numbers in blue, that's the median sale price, and green's the average. I like to present both to you when I can because they sometimes tell a different story. In this case, they really don't. So you can see back in 2021, the median sale price in Ocean City, $710,000. In 2022, it went up to $849,000. That is a 19% increase. Not a big surprise. We all knew it was going to do that then. It was crazy times. But now let's look at the first 8 months of this year versus last year. The first 8 months behind us, we're now at $950,000 is the median sale price in Ocean City. The average, 1.23. That is a 16% increase that is a 12% increase over the same 8 months of last year. So everybody who's out there waiting to buy has really missed an opportunity as these prices continue to rise. So let's talk about the interest rates. But first, let me just touch real quick on the inventory, since we always do. 226 active listings at this time. That is in line with where we've been the past several months. It's relatively flat. So here's the interest rate forecasting. Again, right now we're at 7-ish. But here's what all the pundits are saying. Fannie Mae, Wells Fargo, Mortgage Bankers Association. You can see out here they've got us going down. If we go Fannie Mae, the most pessimistic, beginning of next year, 6.5%. Towards the end of next year, 6.2%. Fourth quarter next year, 6%. Now we'll go really optimistic. Mortgage Bankers Association saying that the fourth quarter of this year, we could be down in the low sixes. I think that's a little overly optimistic, but certainly beginning of next year. By Q2 of next year, they're saying 5.5%. And by Q4 of next year, so 14 months from now, they're talking about flat 5% interest rates. So that is why people like myself and a lot of my clients are out there looking at buying properties today with today's interest rates to get today's price and then refi later on. So bottom line, it is a fractured market right now. It is very specific on property type, property location, property price point. Some areas are red hot, others are lukewarm, others are kind of cool and flat. But that is the market we're dealing with here in Ocean City. And by the way, the mainland markets, they're even busier than Ocean City is. A lot of multiple bid situations there. So if you're a buyer right now in this environment, you have the option of having normal inspections. I have not seen anybody waive an inspection in probably 90 days. Haven't seen anybody really do a inspection for information purposes only in that time frame, unless the property was really nice. We're doing appraisals. It is a good environment to be a buyer because you have a normal process. But when those rates drop next year into the sixes or even the fives, what do you think that market's going to be like? There is a ton of pent-up demand. And by the way, this applies to your primary home too, not just your shore house. There's an absolute ton of pent-up demand out there. And once those rates come down, there's a ton of people waiting. When they do, it's going to be back to the races. And our fear is that it is going to be back to the very stressful multiple offers, highest and best situations, and the scenario of waiving inspections, things like that. So bottom line, if you're a buyer right now, there is an opportunity, if you're willing to swallow that interest rate temporarily, to get a good buying situation and frankly, a lower sale price than if you wait. So I hope that all makes sense. Reach out, let me know questions you specifically have. We can tailor this to your search, your property type, your location. And of course, if there's anything else you need here at the Shore, we'd love to help. Wish you all the best. Talk soon.